Mm. Oh, excellent question. So this is super important. Not every question you see on the test counts towards your score. There are experimental questions that you'll find scattered throughout the test. They could be the first question you see, and they could be the last question you see. These questions will not count towards your score, but you won't know really. They're not going to tell you what is an experimental question and what is not. They're just going to be in the set of questions that you're answering.
Okay, then what is the purpose of this question, this experimental questions?
So the company that makes the GMAT, they're called the GMAC, GMAC. They need to test questions before they release them to the general public for a couple of reasons. One, they want to make sure there's no cultural bias in any of the questions. They also want to make sure that they're the same, that they're testing the same concepts and skills as the other questions in the test. So this is a standardized test, and they have to be they have to look very strictly at each question and the answer choices to make sure that they adhere to their standardized testing rules. And then finally, they need to figure out what is the difficulty level of the question. And so when they put a new question into the question bank as an experimental question, they have no idea, is this an easy question or a hard question? And so as students answer them, they get an idea of how hard the question is based on how those students answered the question, whether they get it correct or incorrect, and also knowing how those students did on the actual GMAT. So it's a way for the GMAC to test out new questions, to get a sense of their difficulty level, and make sure they fit into the test well before actually putting them into the test. So we end up being test dummies a little bit during our test day.